Hello, and welcome to another episode of Glorious Life on Wheels. Today's video is going to be a bit of a departure from my usual video in which I do a tour. Normally, I would interview the owner of the rig and they would explain the features of their rig. But the owner of this rig, Brandon, is a bit shy and he did not want to be on camera. So you will hear Brandon's voice as he explains the outside features of the van, but unfortunately you won't get an opportunity to actually see his face. As you go through and see this tour, you may be thinking, well, this is just a pretty standard van. But you know what? The reason I did a tour of this particular van was I wanted to really show someone who's on a very limited budget, but wants to or needs to do van life, that you don't have to break the bank and buy a newer vehicle. There are a lot of older vehicles out there that could be converted, such as this handicap accessible van that already had steps in it and had an additional high top added. I also wanted to highlight the inexpensive cabinets anyone could build and the other cost-effective ideas. Hello, Brandon.
How's it going this morning?
It's going good. This is a little bit different. So your van's really going to be the star of this.
It really is.
So tell me, and tell my viewers, what model and what year is this?
It's a 2006 Ford E350 XLT. It's the 5.4 liter Jasper engine with a V8 in it. Gets decent gas mileage, but it's got a 3/4 ton back end, so you know it can handle the road. It can get you good where you need to go and get you good gas mileage.
Now I see you have solar on top. How much solar do you have up there?
We got about 300 watts up there, and then with the solar system, it's got about 200 amp hours in the back just to charge the mini fridge, and that's about it. And anything else that you need to plug in, like cameras or drone or laptop or anything else like that.
The thing that I thought was really interesting is you have windows in here, but they're completely blacked out. And what reason did you do that?
Yeah, so I just used like a 3M car wrap on that.
So it's on the outside.
Yeah, it's on the outside. So instead of, tinting from the inside, I already had walls up over here and I kind of sleep back here. So I just went ahead and tinted the windows with a 3M black car wrap.
Okay. There are steps here that actually make it very convenient and easy to get into the van. There's no seat here on the passenger side, and in fact this big huge bean bag is the seat for both guests in here and also for his large dog. The flooring was the very first thing that Brandon did as he was living in the van while he was building it out. The flooring is standard floor materials that you can frequently find on sale as a closeout at either Lowe's or Home Depot. Also, he used a similar type of flooring material for his ceiling. In Brandon's kitchen, he used a butcher block countertop from Home Depot, also a sink and faucet from Amazon, but you can often find these materials at Habitat for Humanity for very little. Up above the sink, he has a very inexpensive but functional little rack you could easily make yourself. His friend did 3D little surfboards for the handles and the hardware on his cabinet. That is so adorable. On the other side of the kitchen, he has, again, butcher block from Home Depot and a very, very inexpensive dorm-style refrigerator that I've seen on sale for well under $200, which is much less than a lot of the van refrigerators out there. The cabinet next to the refrigerator is made out of very inexpensive wood and simply box construction with hinges, and he has a stove top that is run on a 5-pound propane tank. Brandon made very simple, basic cabinets that he used scrap wood and wood from Home Depot, something I think almost anyone could do, and I wanted to show you the inside. Inside, it's simply one shelf And it's a box construction using inexpensive hinges. You can see that he used L brackets for the shelves. And I think even I could do this. And the cost is very cost effective on these. Another simple and cost-saving feature that Brandon came up with was building a box that he just, instead of having doors, he has little cubbies. He puts things in there that can fit in and out through the cubbies, and I thought it was just really creative. Simple to make cutouts, whatever size you need for whatever you store in there, and then you just reach in, take it out. How simple is that? Brandon chose to cover up the windows for privacy since he wanted his sleeping area not to be able to be viewed from the outside. So he covered up both. He also insulated them. And if you recall from my walk around the outside of the van, he has a 3M covering that he applied from the outside so no one can actually see anywhere inside the van. And he also did the same thing behind this pegboard on the opposite side windows. For cooling, Brandon has a max air fan. Given that he has 3M on the windows plus insulation and walls, he really doesn't need anything else, he said. His bed is a standard memory foam short queen, and he sleeps side to side. So it is, according to him, very comfortable, and it's kind of like a little cave back here, all enclosed, except for the back windows, but he covers those up with pillows. Then underneath, he did the bed on a raised platform, so he has an ample, really an ample garage underneath, and I wish I had a garage like this, and I'm considering actually modifying my van to add a garage. Then for additional storage, he's got a cabinet that looks like, you know, one of those kind of cat towers, but it's not. But it can be accessed both from the front end and on the side. So you can get into your things if you're in bed or if you're out of bed. And it goes all the way down, so it goes the full length of the van. I really think this is one of the nicest features and actually most functional and useful features in the van. And then there's storage over the cabinets. One of the things that I think is really a cool idea is how he's using this pegboard for just his gear. He's got little eye hooks here, got the pegboard secured here, and then just eye hooks hanging that you can just remove and take out if you want. And all of his gear over here is hanging on that. Now, another thing that he did, which was pretty cool, is he's got his surfboard bungeed up here. And that uses the space that's up above, the overhead space. And that's one of the things that people often don't realize, that you have overhead real estate when you do a build. I hope you enjoyed this video. And more than that, I hope it was informative and helpful. For those of you who may say, oh, it didn't show the toilet, it didn't show this, it didn't show that. That wasn't the point of this video. The purpose of this video was to show people who want to or need to do van life and are on a very low budget and may have limited to actually no carpentry skills, like I don't have any, that you don't have to be a talented carpenter. You don't have to have a lot of money. You don't have to buy a brand new van. There are lots of vans out there, and a mobility van might be just the one for you that has a high top already and stairs. But I wanted to show that with a little creativity, actually you don't even have to have creativity. You can just watch videos like this one and get ideas from other people. But some of the things that Brandon did, like using the flooring from Home Depot, or you could get it from a thrift store often, or even from Habitat for Humanity. The ideas that he used in terms of, for that cabinet that had, or the box basically, that had a front panel on it, that he just did cutouts and he could reach in and get his things from that. And I especially like that pegboard. Wasn't that a brilliant idea for storage, and how inexpensive? So there were so many great ideas to use, I think, from Brandon's simple build. I hope this video was an encouragement to people who needed some encouragement right about now. All right, well, I will see you down the road. If you aren't a Globie, hit that button and subscribe. And tune in at 3 o'clock on Saturdays for lives and join the Globie family. One of the best, in fact, I think the best YouTube family there is. Love you all. May your journeys be filled with joy and blessings, and I'll see you down the road.